I'm curious to know more, curious to update myself, and interested in discussing with many people who are working in the field. So, my knowledge on this topic will be a lot by diffusion from my friends and also a little bit from my readings and as Dr. Devi Shari pointed out earlier, the two-finger thing. Right? So, I'll share my slides with you after the presentation, which you can go through, you can evolve on it or develop on it. And if you find something interesting and something worthwhile, you can share it with me also. So, we'll start this as a collective learning exercise also. So, the next 30 minutes or 40 minutes will be devoted to my understanding of or an overview of how AI is going to apply in the field of mental health. As a psychiatrist, as a psychologist, as a rehabilitation professional, as a researcher, as a learner, or as a student, in whatever ways, how we can impact our daily lives as a professional and also in our personal lives. So this will be the summary or the template of what I am going to talk to you about. One, what is AI? Then a couple of slides on history of AI. Then understanding some of the terminologies and jargon that are commonly used in AI, then applications of AI in mental health, the Indian initiatives in AI, therapeutic tools and apps and chatbots and whatnot, then use of AI in research and drug discovery, and of course, I'll wind up with the challenges to AI as well as due to AI in our field. That will be the broad overview of my presentation. Fine. See, understanding some of the scientific terminologies and usages is necessary when you are going to learn more about how artificial intelligence is going to impact your sphere of function. Like it or not, artificial intelligence is going to enter into all phases of your life. Personal, professional, educational, financial, every phase, social, all phases of your life, AI is going to enter or has started entering in some way or other. But we were not analytical, we were not too much bothered, we just grew along with it. And we also know that the pandemic has accelerated the impact of AI in our daily lives. So, the technology, understanding the technology is very important when you are a practitioner, when you are a student, when you are a researcher. Why? Because this has a rather steep learning curve and it's very easy to just understand or appreciate the effects and the impact of AI rather than understanding what is happening behind the curtains. So understanding the technology, the applications of the technology, the updates on the technology, the collaborative work of the technology is very important for a professional. And the ethical concerns or the lack of transparencies and other things we will discuss in the ethical concerns in the last part of my presentation. So AI can be watered down or diluted. This is a diluted understanding. This is not actually a high fidelity understanding, but this is a diluted understanding. It can be defined as computers or computer software or computer language or computer programming that are capable of intelligent behavior. Underline the word intelligent. Intelligent behavior, that learning or appreciating the differences like pattern recognition, like building upon resources by repeated learning. Let's look at the history, the interesting snippet of history, where in the 1960s, the first problem-solving program, which is branded as Dendral, probably they took that word out of the dendrites as from the neuron, and heuristic dendral and metadendral. These were the initial three softwares that were programmed in the medical realm. And these were intended for applications in organic chemistry, which led to a subsequent system called mycin. Obviously, when you hear the name mycin, you will be reminded of so many different antibiotics, all these mycins, right? Streptomycin, right? And many antibiotics were there, and this led to the sobriquet, mycin, and noteworthy early uses of artificial intelligence in medicine. That followed by internist and Casnet, which was used in research to choose antibiotics. Now, the programmers were medical students or junior doctors. The programming was much easier, was rudimentary, was elementary compared to what is happening now. So, in those systems, the operators fed into the computer the signs, the symptoms, the laboratory results, the allergy patterns or the past response patterns, etc. of different antibiotics, and contextualized those information based on different infections available in the community at that time. And based on that, the computer decided an algorithm or worked on an algorithm that is going to pick out and prescribe or suggest an antibiotic that is ideally suited or best suited for that particular clinical profile. This is a start of algorithms or medical artificial intelligence in medical practice. Now, if you come into mental health field, the AI will naturally give you better personalized care. It will also translate into shorter waiting periods. Shorter waiting periods is not something that we are bothered about in our community, in our setting, or in Kerala or in India, other places. But although we talk about a lot of HR deficit and inaccessibility to care and all that, but we are not too much bothered. Our systems are not too much bothered. There, when it is sponsored by the state or when it is sponsored by the insurer, naturally the systems will be bothered about the waiting time. So AI definitely cuts the waiting times. And equitable distribution or accessibility to care is also ensured by bridging the HR gaps also. And of course it boosts the efficiency, reduces medical errors, improves medical learning, and also works as co-pilots to doctors and psychologists, and does the assistant's job or co-pilot's job in suggesting multiple innovative inputs which are patient-centered. So personalized care is one big advantage as far as we are concerned. Now, how does human intelligence differ? When we compare human intelligence and artificial intelligence, the basic difference is this: our intelligence works on a complex interplay of biological and environmental factors. Biological means physical, neurobiological as well as psychological. And our brains with the neural networks process information through a series of filters, which can be emotions, which can be sense perceptions, this can be apperceptions, experiences, and all that. But AI naturally learns on the basis of how the algorithms are programmed. Now we have self-programming AI also. The AI writes its own programs. Now arises from the algorithms and computation models. So there is a brief, there is a clear task, there is a clear choice, and there is a clear endpoint, and then based on the inputs they arrive at the endpoint. What does it excel in comparison to human intelligence? One, huge volume of data can be processed within a given period of time. So data crunching, number crunching is much faster. There is no error practically. Human biases can be, it's more objective when compared to human biases, but decision making can be difficult. When you have to combine all the variables, and when the weightage of each variable differs from one situation to another, AI sometimes underperforms in comparison to human intelligence. But it has got optimum outcome in comparison to human intelligence when the parameters are well defined. So that is the basic difference between how human intelligence thinks or how intelligence performs on a given task, and compare that with how the machine performs to the given task. Now, some jargon, some of these might cause you to yawn and stretch and look away and all that. So I will keep it as brief as possible. Machine learning and the NNs. You are going to see a lot of NNs, neural networks in future. So artificial intelligence can be seen as the broad domain. Within that there is a machine learning. Within that machine learning there is a subset of neural networks, and within that there is a deep learning. So you can see this for a picturizing. Okay, when somebody talks to you about neural networks, somebody talks to you about deep learning, you have got to contextualize and place it in a mental grid. So this picture will help you understand whatever that person is saying in a better context. Now what is deep learning? Deep learning is just one part of machine learning. So what does the machine learning do? There is an input, the features are extracted, they are compared, they are classified, and there is an output. How does your deep learning differ? There is an input, the features are extracted, classified, compared, and pattern recognition happens, size recognition happens, overlearning happens, and then there is the car or not car is not the alone output. It's not the only output. It's not as if saying, okay, I have seen a car or I don't see a car. It can also add adjectives to what kind of car it sees. It can add adjectives to whatever variables you are feeding based on past learning. The data sets that are already fed into the algorithm, and then based on that, it can say it's a green car, it is a huge car, it is a petrol car, or it is a diesel car. All those variables can come into the picture. Again, algorithm is another terminology, another word that you are going to hear all over again and again and again. What does algorithm mean? Algorithm means just a bundle of steps and instructions fed into a computer to guide a computer to solve a specific set of problems or a specific task comprehensively. There are different kinds of algorithm. One is a sorting algorithm, where a set of data is sorted out based on numerical or alphabetical or different characters. There can be a search algorithm, there can be a recommendation algorithm, etc. So different functions call for different algorithms. The other thing that you are going to hear about is neural networks. Here, the CNN or convolutional neural network is the mimics the functioning of the brain. They are more used for grid-like data and particularly suited for images or videos. All these things that we hear about, deep fake videos and cloned videos and all that, this fellow is sitting inside the computer and making us do all those things, okay?